Alrighty, well, here we go. A couple days later after taking it out, finally got the chance to put this guy, or take it apart. This is what's on the inside right there. This is the carburetor for the, 2009 Big Bear. So yep, I went into Yamaha Power Sports, got me a rebuild kit. Seems to be 18 pieces in here. Look, this is the part number for all of y'all. There it is. So you can pause that whenever you want. Got the carb cleaner. Went to AutoZone. I used to work there, so I didn't get the AutoZone brand. I got the Gunk. It's actually a good brand, I think. I got the needle nose, regular. This is the flathead. Got a little poker, just in case for the small pieces. Allen wrench. I don't know if I'm gonna need that, but I also have a lot more gear here. Alright, so let's get this started. Got my parts laid out right here. Sorry, trying to see through my ghetto stand. Got the parts right here, got them lined up. Got my diagram. And now, I'm gonna start with the top. I brushed it off with this, brushed it, cleaned it all up, cleaned it good so that I don't really get too much dust in there whenever I'm cleaning this. So I'm gonna, this already took off, so let me take that off. I just put this back on so that I could so yeah, there's some corrosion in there that needs to be handled, but first I'm gonna put these my little right here, and I'm probably gonna hold on to this guy. So alright, so let's start. First, coming off with this, I don't know what this thing's called, but this is what's coming off first. So let me get my Phillips. Phillips. So we got 2 Phillips on there. Those are cool. That was a little tough. Alright, so this is what comes out. You got this top. I'm going to keep these in order because I'm pretty bad about that. So I can keep these on the side right here. Boom. And then so this guy comes out right there. And oh man, this whole thing comes out. Ah, okay. It's a little rubber diaphragm looking thing right here. And then you got this needle, which is this guy right here. So I don't know exactly how that comes out. You just pull it. But anyway, so let me continue. Take this guy out with some needle nose. You got a little gasket here. I don't know what this piece is called, but yeah. So this guy, you can pretty much keep those together. Those pieces don't come with the rebuild, so yeah, you want to keep those guys together. Now this is the tricky part right here. So this guy, this needle, push it up, and it comes up to these guys. Let me see. Let's see if you can. Anyway, it's not really focusing, but anyway, there's this washer, little silver one. It's the one that goes next. Let me get rid of this. Alright, man, so let's continue. Sorry. This guy, I'm gonna put this next to that. So this is the next piece. This one looks to be a little, oh, okay, look, see, there's a C-clip right here. C-clip, and then there's a little washer right there, so you got to be careful. This doesn't seem to need a... Oh yeah, it's gonna have to come off. You take that C-clip out, and then that little gasket. Shit. Okay, well I found another washer that was underneath. It was on the bottom, so that guy goes underneath there. What it looks like now. Let us continue. The float bowl. This is gonna be the next guy. It's gonna be the next guy that comes off right here. This float bowl. So, I think you leave this guy on. I don't know. Let me take it off just to take a look. See? Oh. Alright, I'm not gonna mess with that, but I'm gonna mess with these. Phillips screwdriver. All those screws are the same size. Oh, there's also a little thing attached to this one, so you're gonna have to be careful with this. Keep that. Damn, okay, well, this guy has to come off as well. Let me get a socket. So you need a socket. I did not know this. So, alright, man, that one was a little tough, but came off. Right there. Just enough. I don't think you need to take it out all the way. I think you just needed enough to take off this float bowl. Oh yeah, it's a little nasty in there. So this is pretty much the internals. This is what you really want to get at. This is the float bowl. This is the float that opens up the... There's like a needle in here. You'll see it in a minute. You have got some gunk in there. It's like sand and stuff. So that's definitely not good. I just cut off a little piece, get it in there, twist it around. So yeah, that thing isn't exactly the cleanest, but you know, that's just the way that goes. That's why I'm taking it apart. This gasket, that's pretty much it. That's the old gasket. So this, you can brush it out, clean it, get it with just the float bowl. See, this is that float bowl that I'm talking about. It's a float. This is the jets. These are the two jets. I don't know freaking which one is what or what they're called, but all I know is they're jets. So this guy, you got to take this screw off right there, and then you got the float bowl, comes up. This is pretty easy to do actually after seeing it so many times. So you see this is your needle. You got this little gas needle. So that guy, you can just go ahead, take that guy off like that. Comes off. Oh, don't lose this pin. Don't lose that pin. That pin goes back in there. This guy comes off. I just took that off just to say it. That goes right here, so I'm gonna put that back. Just wanted to check it out, see what it's all about. Okay, so this is supposedly the seat for this little piston thing that comes in here. That is actually this guy, so this is gonna come out as well. So you do that with some needles, good old needle nose. So, oh, hold on, there's another one screw of these guys, another screw holding that guy in, so you're gonna have to take this off. Get that screw comes off. So now you can take out this seat right here. They say don't put anything in it, just take it out. Shit. Okay, so you twist, 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 pop. And that's pretty much the fuel line. That's, if you see this hose, this thing goes in here, and that's kind of where it sits. And that's kind of how the fuel gets into this fold bowl. I didn't really know that, but that's good to know. And this is where it gets interesting. This is where you get to the jets and shit. So, I mean, this is probably the best part. This one. So this seems to come out all in one piece. So that's the middle jet. I don't know what that's called, but that's the middle jet. Put those in order. This is just looks like there we go. That one's a little tough as well. I'm afraid to give it some elbow grease. And I think there's a jet in here as well, down that hole right here. So use this screwdriver. This is a man screwdriver. There we go. Came off with ease. It's another little jet right here. So that one came out of this side. The side one right here. So you have three. So you have, this is where your seat goes. I don't know which one's the pilot jet. I think this is the pilot jet maybe. You have another jet here, and then you have another one here. This is a little... Oh, this comes out as well. There's a fat part. There's like one narrow and one fat part. The fat part goes up. So alright, I'm gonna take this off. I don't know what this is, but ooh, that springs out very fast, so you better hold on to that guy. So it's pretty gunked up. That looks like the gist of it. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's much more that we can do. It's pretty much an empty carburetor. I'm gonna put it together like that. Okay. And you pretty much douse it everywhere. You take off the gaskets will get eaten up with this stuff, so you just take out all the gaskets. Kind of do this. Hit it everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go buy one of these dusters. I don't have an air compressor, but I'm gonna get it just so I can blow out anything. Alright, so I just took this screw off. Doesn't really have anything in it. This is like for the overflow for the float bowl. Happen to flip your bike or something like that. Fuel will pour out of here. So this goes back in there all the way. No particular. It's actually pretty in there pretty tight. Sure that. Let it dry. I'm gonna let that dry. Let it all dry. So these are pretty much these are what come with it. This comes with it as well. This is a seat with the float bowl and a little pin. This is a jet. My jets are actually pretty nasty. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be this guy goes at the end of here. Right there. So yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. These are the new parts. Pretty much. Alright, so that's how that goes. And this, I'm assuming, I'm gonna keep this. These don't look like they need to be replaced. I'm not gonna put it, but we'll see what's up. Alright, so day 2 of this thing. So basically I went to Yamaha and they said you do not have to remove this little gold piece in there. He says just like a little passageway. So it makes sense because, I mean, it doesn't move. And the screw there's just a screw that goes on it. So you can put some more, I'm gonna put some more carb cleaner, just a little bit. I'm gonna let it dry out too after this. So, I mean, it dries up almost instantaneously. It's pretty, there's a little bit in there, but it's pretty quick to dry. Yeah. Get this stuff out. There's a little bit. Seems like there's So let's go ahead and start putting this back together. Alright, so we can go ahead and put this top guy on. There's actually going to be some pieces left over. I found that out. Alright, so we're putting this diaphragm thingy back on. So this, you're going to need this guy. I'm actually going to hold on to this piece. I'm going to hold on to that one because mine actually looks perfectly fine. So this is going to be the first diaphragm thing. I just figured out how to put this thing back together. So this guy is going to go, there's a slot right here. See that? It fits this. You can match them up. See? They're pretty. You put this one here first. I'm actually going to use the newer one. This is the new one of that. So put it in there like that. And then this washer is going to sit here on the bottom. Okay. Then you got this clip. You got the C-clip. There's actually a groove. And then you got your washer. And that will pretty much sit in there. This you can just, you see the hole down here. You can just pretty much put that bad boy in there. And it'll sit there like that. So that's in. Then you can see it right there as well. I don't really know. If you can see that right there. There you see the pin in there. looks like it. See, and if you pull it out, you can just pull it out like that. It'll all come out. So it just goes right in there. Roll. So, you know what? That might be something good to put in later. Yeah, I'm gonna do this last. Sorry, you already have the pieces in there, so you can. I'm gonna do this part last. So that will remain. So let's start with this. Okay. So we're basically gonna start from the bottom up. Okay. So we're gonna do this seat thing first. It comes in the package right here with the new pin. You see that? And then, hello. Yep. This one actually looks fairly nice. Let me try. I'm gonna try. There's a test that you can do. I'm gonna try that with this one. Alright, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this float on with the seat. I actually put the seat in there already. You got the pin that goes to it, and then you have this guy. I was gonna use the old one actually, but it's actually not good. It leaks, and I'll show you how to test that in a minute. But I was gonna use it because they look exactly the same. It looks good, the old one, but it leaks a little bit, so I'm using this, the new one. So basically, I put the seat back in there, and then you get this one, the screw with the flatter head, and you're gonna screw that in there on the side. It doesn't have to be too tight, just make sure it's secure. So that's in there. Got the screw in the seat. So now what we're gonna do, get that pin, make sure the pin's in there. Can put this seat on there. Put it on the thing so it dangles like that. See it? Okay, I can see it in the camera. And so you just drop it. You just pretty much do it like this. You just drop it in there. Make sure it sits in the seat very well. And then you got this screw. And you're gonna just screw it down right here. You're gonna hold it down with one hand and screw it with the other. Oh, this thing is magnetic. And boom, it sits in there. So you got the fuel line that goes here, the bike, and this is the float bowl. So the bowl will fill up with fuel, and when it does, it'll go like this eventually. And when that happens, this seal, this pin in there, don't push up too hard on this because the carbon will crease. And once that closes, you can't blow air in there. So basically what I got a straw, and to test it, you can just go right here and then blow. Air's going in, and then you lift up the thing, and no more. See? So you blow, and then once you get right here, once you lift up that bowl like that, you shouldn't have any air coming out. So that open, close. Alright, so that's how you test for that. So basically what we're gonna do is, this is that one little jet thing that doesn't come out. This is the bigger jet, and then this is the other jet. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, so we're gonna start with the basic screw. This is the old one, this is the new one. That's the one that goes on the little jet that doesn't come out, that little booger. So I'm gonna tighten that guy. Really hope this helps you out, by the way. I wanted to do this. I wish someone would have done this so I could have saw. But anyway, you're gonna get this other little jet right here, and this one goes down here. So you see that? Yeah, so you got the main one, and you got this one. So you give that a little twist and grab your, I don't know, try to be careful whenever you're using the screwdrivers. Don't damage the jet or the thread or the heads or anything. So alright, so that's good there. Alright, so this part is going to go in next. This is going to go into where this main jet goes. This is, you can see a big part, a big head, flared. It's to be flared out on this side, and the other one is just regular. So you put the flared out side down first. It's kind of shinier. So that goes in there, and you can just line it up, make sure it doesn't do anything stupid. And then got your new jet. Put that bad boy in there. It's gonna probably push down a little bit because it's got to get that thing all the way down there. But yeah, so when you do that, when you tighten it, you'll see there's a little, see this little pin right here? This guy, that's what that piece is. So you tighten this jet and it'll push it up into there. Okay, so it starts off flush and then it pops up. Next comes the bolio. Alright, oh, we got to get the gasket on there. So got my new gasket. I'm gonna sit in there. You make sure that all the gunk is gone and there's nothing left. So that's going to be the gasket. It sits in there nicely. Then remember, you have this guy. You have to unscrew this a little bit. This guy sits on the outside like that. And unscrew it, unscrew it, unscrew it. Shit, for all you care, you can just take it off. But that's not necessary. So I'm just going to unscrew that. And then basically what you do, get this guy and just sit it on there like that. And there she is. You can tighten that guy back down. Not missing any pieces, so it looks to be pretty secure. And then you got your four. Fuck, which side does that go on? I think that goes on this side. Let me see. There's a. This doesn't go here. I know that one, so it rules that one out. Let's see. So basically, if you don't remember where this piece goes, it goes right here. You're gonna. This is how this sits in there. So. Any confusion about that? That sits in there like that. So there's a little washer that this thing it goes around. See this washer? It sits in there. So that's how you remember which corner that one goes into. So you tighten all these bad boys up. All right. So that. Then. When I do that, I need to tighten this. It's actually a 10mm socket, so I have that guy right here, 10mm. There we go, nice and tight. Put that guy back here. Get less. Now I'm gonna focus on the top. So basically, all these little pieces. Okay, so let me show you how it goes. It's basically, you got the washer, you got a C-clip, you got this new piece that I put in there, and then you got another washer, and this goes on top of that. So all this goes down in this hole. Alrighty. So then this, if you look in here, there's a little hole, or that dot in there. Anyway, that part that's not flush with the cylinder anymore. That guy is where this pin goes. So if you look at that, you see where that pin goes? It goes in there. Alright? So that's what that looks like. You want that pin to go into that little hole, okay? And then you have the top. Basically, this guy goes on there. And then on top of that goes this spring, and on top of this spring goes this guy. You make sure that spring goes in the middle, goes with this. So line it up. Seems to be it. You got your two screws. Go ahead and put that one, and go ahead and put that one. 2 Phillips. Easy peasies. Alright, So you got that. You got this. Yeah, I wouldn't pay anybody to do this, man. This isn't too difficult. Okay, so I didn't even know that goes up. That goes up. So, oh, and then we got this side right here. So you can see where the grooves are pretty much. This pin, there's a ball right here, and this pin goes on there. So you just hit it up. Oh, and there's two little, also two little dimples that pop out. And then this guy has the two little seats for the dimple. It goes like this. And then you got your two screws. You gotta hold this one down while you screw it in, because that spring will pop up on you. Like when I was taking it off, you gotta be careful, because if those pieces go flying, man, you better hope you're in a room that has a very clean floor and small. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get to put it on today, but that's pretty much it, man. I don't have anything else to take off. So this is what it looks like when it's put together. It's not that bad, actually. It's very, very easy. So that's that. Alright, so these are the pieces that I use. The seat with the pin, this little washer, I don't know what the heck it's called, this jet, this little thing that it's not flush in the middle of the cylinder anymore. I don't know what the heck that's called. This thing, the screw that goes on top of the little jet thing that I thought that came out, and of course the float bowl gasket. And my gasket, I'm gonna clean that, and that basically just sits in there, sits right there in this groove. And then that's after you eat. That's after we put it back on the bike, and then we cover that up, and then like that, and then we're done.